All right, here's our sixth problem here, and it's the same chart. We have our wire size chart. So it says determine the maximum size of a single cable in a bundle. So it's a little confusing with the wording there, but it's in a bundle carrying a continuous current with 30 amps. So we have 30 amps, and it's 14 feet from the bus. So we know the length of the cable, and it is in a 28 volt system, and that 1 volt drop again is just built into our column. So we know we're going to be in this column here, 28 volt column, so that takes care of this piece of information. So what are we trying to do? We're just trying to get the minimum wire size. So we're going to get our wire size again, the AWG size. Okay, so in this case we have the column. We know that it's 14 feet from the bus, so we're going to be using this 14 feet. Remember, the length inside the column, so it will correspond to this. But again, the first thing we need to account for is the single cable bundle carrying a continuous current. So it's continuous current, so it's one of these two, right? But it is in a bundle, so it's going to be above. We have to stay above curve 1. We cannot be below curve 1 with our intersection. So this problem right here does actually have the curve to where it is needed. All right, and finally we have 14 feet. We know that's going to be on this column here. So we know anything down here, we're not going to be able to use it because it's underneath the curve, right? So perfect. And then finally we have 30 amps. So here's our 30 amps. So 30 amps goes here. So because I cannot drop below curve 1, I have to stop right there, and that's going to determine my wire size. It's going to make it larger than it would be if it wasn't in a bundle running all the time. So we're going to drop straight down from here. Once we hit the curve, we can't go any further. So we're going to drop down, and we're going to have to make a choice between 12 and 10 gauge. And again, the wire size is opposite to what you would think, right? The 10 is a bigger gauge wire than the 12 gauge wire. So I'm going to pick number 10 to be my wire, again with that safety factor built in. So this is the problem where the curve does get used, but so let's just say that it wasn't in continuous in a bundle. We could size this wire smaller, right? We could go all the way down until we hit this intersection, and we would drop down and pick between 14 and 12, and we would pick the 12 gauge wire, right? But we can't because of the limitation that we need to get rid of heat, so we have to make it bigger. So that's where the curve comes into play.